An introduction to Laserfiche. What is Laserfiche? Have you ever gone looking for a document in your file cabinet or even your shared data drive and been unable to find it? Have you wished that a Google search box existed for all those different types of information? Laserfiche has it. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by managing and tracking a business process every day because if you don't, you might fall behind or have important info go missing? Have you ever walked around to coworkers' desks wondering who has the important information waiting for their action? Laserfiche can help. Hi, my name is Jeremy Regier. I'm Vice President of Cougar Ridge Computer Systems. We're a Laserfiche reseller that's been serving Alberta since 2004 and an IT products and services company serving Alberta since 1993. Today I'd like to talk to you about Laserfiche. I'm going to give a general overview of the concepts to give you an idea if and how Laserfiche can help your business run smarter. Who is Laserfiche? Laserfiche is a privately held company headquartered in Long Beach, California. Started in 1987, so anyone that has been doing computer work or understands computers in 1987 can understand some of the challenges that might have faced them in the early days, namely storage and processing power. And you can appreciate how much has been learned over the years since then and how they have become a market leader in ECM or Enterprise Content Management. Then what is Laserfiche? Enterprise Content Management. Let's take that apart for a second. Enterprise means all the users in your organization. Whatever type of industry you're in, Laserfiche has a product or process that can help them run smarter and be more efficient. Content, that means all the different types of content in your organization, be it physical pieces of paper, archived data, large-scale maps, or even electronic content, such as office documents or drawings, multimedia such as photos and video. All of these different types of content can be stored and managed in Laserfiche. So management refers to all the different things that we may do with it. We may capture it, we may automate or control the process or the flow of it. We may report on it. We may need to classify it in different ways. We may need to manage its archival or retention. And all these different components comprise the management. So Laserfiche truly is ECM. One of the very strong hallmarks of Laserfiche is, as a Microsoft-centered design, it is very easy to use and provides a familiar look and feel. That is important and is not true of all ECM solutions. We maintain as a design a file and folder-based layout that uses familiar Microsoft controls, so users, even without any training, can jump into Laserfiche, browse through the folder structure and find the files they're looking for, or use the quick search box and simply search for the data. This easy look and feel belies the complexity or the power that goes on behind the scenes, and our very advanced tools of batch processing and workflow automation are also created in a way that your technical users can expect to quickly learn the tools to create automations and create the processes themselves and learn those things very quickly. Laserfiche provides value with any approach that you take. There are different approaches, be it that whether you're a very small organization or a large organization, we can provide value to any size because our pricing and capabilities scale. We also scale in performance from single server implementations, cloud implementations, through to end-tier architecture where we have multiple servers. We can also focus in on specific functions. Many people starting with Laserfiche find great value in simply using the product to bring in information and then provide a unified place to search for it across all the different content types. Search and retrieval can make a huge impact to your business productivity. We can also provide great value, obviously, as we utilize all the tools as ECM to manage business processes and long-term archival and provide this data that maybe was in silos of specific applications previously. We can provide data that was spread across departments all under a single roof or umbrella, and we can create tremendous value that way. Here's an example of how these types of products and Laserfiche began as more of a document management system. And with this idea, it's sort of a tactical approach of looking at a specific problem, such as bringing in data and then being able to search and retrieve it and store it. That's the tactical approach, and there's value in it. But as we go bigger and think bigger, we get to concepts such as ECM. This is stated simply by the idea that your information in your company is like a river, not a pond. It's not static, it's changing. How you use your information continues to change. And with that approach, it creates this circular idea that the information you input into the system becomes useful later and is not just a single use and then is at an end or an archive. It can be used later in data mining, and it can start that cycle all over again. Analysis and really starting to use the data across your organization as the tool to move you forward. Now, some of the difficulties or challenges in ECM is that it's such a broad scope that you wonder where to begin, or you know what you want to achieve, but the amount of work in developing the ECM tools out to fit your business processes is massive. And that's where Laserfiche's concept has taken ECM to another level, and that's called Agile ECM. And that is that the tools are built to be rapid development and deployment. They're graphical-based design tools. So even moderate users can expect to start doing things like developing easy and simple workflows very quickly and put them into use. Now, the concept that we use to really achieve value here is something that I call fail fast. And that is not a negative term. Fail fast allows us to recognize that to get the value out of the system, we do not have to spend months or years planning, but that we go after the lowest hanging fruit, metaphorically speaking, in the processes that can get great value and start to work on them and to deploy the software for those processes quickly and immediately, with the understanding that we likely do not have the whole picture, but that we have the confidence in the tools that we can adapt quickly. An example of this was an accounts payable deployment that we did where we automated an accounts payable process, but we did not have all the answers of the process. But when we put the process in day-to-day use, we very quickly got feedback and said, this is working well, this is not working well. And we were able to make the adjustments in the process to make it customized. And then the process worked well. With that understanding, that got us to market and got us deployed and got value out of the system much quicker than if we had laboriously mapped the process to the nth degree. We rather expected that we were going to find the shortcoming as we deployed it and adjust quickly. That's not always possible with some tools, and that's where Agile ECM can really make a difference. So there's these three components of that to make that happen. If we have a central point of control for all of the different types of data that you have, and with Laserfiche we do, then that Agile ECM, Laserfiche, can become an integrative middleware. It's a fancy way of saying that it can send data to other applications and it can take data from other applications. And it may not even be the final resting place of that data. It may take data from application A, process it, use it in a business process, and then store something in application B. That's middleware. That's this idea that Laserfiche is this umbrella. Because we have the central point of control, we can do it. Now, once we start moving data between applications in an integration scenario, or even just different types of data, it may not involve other applications, Then we have something that's called shared services. And that's this idea that instead of having specialized silos of information for different types of functions, that now we can bring that all into Laserfiche. So one application can benefit all departments equally without having this effect where all these departments are doing kind of their own thing or have their own specialized silos of information, which leads to a lot of duplication and duplication of work. Now we can leverage data from any department across the entire organization, or have workflow processes that affect everybody, or forms processes that benefit everybody instead of being limited to one department, for instance. So if we just take a quick look at the components within Laserfiche, it starts with a Laserfiche server. This is a Windows server service that installs on one or more services, or one or more servers rather, and together with that has a workflow engine and a search engine that works together with it. These are components that can be on one or more servers. But then we have components such as capture. And capture services or capture processes can be scanning tools that can scan from directly attached scanners. They can scan from network attached multifunction printers such as photocopiers or scanners. We can pull from cameras using a patented technology called photodocs, where you can take a picture of the document. This can be a way of avoiding or being able to capture large format images with a camera instead of a large format scanner. We can drag and drop from other applications. We have direct integrations with Microsoft Office, SharePoint. These all can capture information. We can even print to Laserfiche through a print driver called Snapshot, which is much like Adobe PDF, except the image ends up in Laserfiche. Then we have a very advanced, very powerful batch processing tool to take large batches of information, such as many of a certain type of invoice, or even a mixed batch of invoices, running it into a high volume scanner for large image processing, and automatically retrieving information off the pages and automatically sorting those images and documents to where they need to be. Then we get into business process management, and business process management allows us with a very powerful graphically based workflow tool. We can basically trigger off of any type of activities and build automation processes that can automate your business processes. Examples of that are AP processing, HR onboarding, case management, and so on. But your processes can be automated. If you can diagram them, we can automate them. We get into content management. We can version control any type of document, be it a paper document or an electronic document. We have metadata that can span any type of content and be used across different types of content. And we do full text OCR. And that allows you to search across electronic documents and scanned images. We can make that accessible through the Laserfiche client, a web portal for public access, and even a web client for web browser-based access that's cross-platform, as well as mobile apps on iOS and Android. We have a full agenda manager, and then backing all of this is a Department of Defense 5015.2 certified records management module to do fully certified records management, as well as VERS compliance and a full audit trail of all functions. This can give you the complete picture of what you might want to do with your data. This gives you, with one system, unlimited solutions. So with all the components, you can take a process like case management and it fits into the picture. And radically different processes such as contract management can also fit with the same set of tools, even though they do a radically different process. A third example is HR onboarding. All are radically different uses of the product, but with that one foundation, you can accomplish all of it. Please contact us for more questions or if you'd like a live demo. Thank you.